Merely 6 days after lauding Prime Minister Narendra Modi and extending warm wishes on his birthday, US President has taken sharp turn. At the 80th session of UN General Assembly, Donald Trump declared that China and India are central players in funding the Ukraine war by continuing their purchases of Russian oil. He's issued a stark warning that US is all poised to implement stringent tariffs on Russia unless it halts the war. Additionally, Trump has urged India, China and certain NATO countries to immediately cease their oil purchases from Russia or face decisive action from the United States. Okay, Rishabh, now this is not the first time that President Trump has blamed India for buying oil from Russia and thereby sponsoring Ukraine war. But now he's saying that he's all poised to impose sanctions on Russia. Will he go beyond being poised?
Well, if we talk about Donald Trump, later in hindsight, if we look at the statements that have come in from Donald Trump, it looks like he's playing to the gallery. And today also at UNGA, while he was speaking as President of the United States, he was playing to the gallery. There is definitely a sentiment, an anti-Russia sentiment among major members of United Nations. We know that except China, all the other P4 members do condemn Russia for its operations in Ukraine, the aggression in Ukraine for sure. But again, going back, 1 week, India is a great friend and they are looking to fix it. Then India becomes a funder of Russia's war. Then it becomes happy birthday Narendra Modi and things start getting back on track. And while the trade talks are on in Washington, here comes another statement from President Trump that India and China are the major funders of Russian war. This statement was made minutes after Secretary of State Marco Rubio in an interview said that they're looking at fixing things with India, and especially on the sanctions. And here comes President and says that they are going to be, further more sanctions, or Russia and India, or China Russia trade is actually funding Russia as well. So in a way, there are certain things that Donald Trump needs to come clean on, whether they want a trade deal and friendship with India, or they will continue accusing India for Russia's war. These are some certain things that diplomatically
clarity is something that when it comes to Donald Trump remains mostly quite elusive. But here is for our viewers what he exactly said at the UNGA today.
China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products. They're funding the war against themselves. Who the hell ever heard of that one?